Fair enough. So you have attracted one man that is unavailable to you. But attracting more than one man that is unavailable you definitely is a red flag for you to have a look at yourself. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 10 ways in which you can practice being emotionally available for the relationship of your dreams. So join me after this. Welcome again to another video with me, your style concierge and head coach here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. Today I'm talking about being emotionally available and how to spot that you are emotionally unavailable. But before we go ahead and do that, do like, share, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to have a look in the description box for any links to any courses that we'll be doing, especially right now as we release so many new courses for you, including the men as well. So join me today as I talk about how to be emotionally available. Let's look at you first. Let's look at how you are showing up on your dates, how you're showing up in general life. How do you spot that you are emotionally unavailable? Firstly, you will find that people who are emotionally available annoy you. You will find that you most probably push them away. At times, when we are emotionally unavailable, we are not comfortable around people who are. It just gives us a challenge, and we struggle like literally with small things or emotive language, and we find that we hide in the spaces where not so many people are talking as much, where are doing things that involve much emotion. You will find that you hide among sports, activity, work, and all kinds of things. You will also struggle with self-love and hide the full expression of yourself. Issues of intimacy will come up. It will be hard for you to be fully intimate with someone you love or be intimate for longer periods of time. You'll also get freaked out by men who want to provide this for you. It will make you feel unsafe because that is your normal protocol. Being emotionally unavailable really does indicate to some blocks that you have developed over the years due to either childhood trauma or experiences that have made you think this is the safest way to be. And of course, familiarity will be comfortable because you've gotten so used to doing things a certain way. You don't like anything that rocks the boat. Spontaneity is within boundaries, and you find it unsafe to just let go and be free. You will be drawn to people who are unavailable, and you will not be willing to open up. I mean, I know definitely the thing that had alarm bells ringing for me is I started to hide behind my being an introvert because I didn't want to go out because I'm an introvert. I didn't want to socialize because I'm an introvert. And sometimes we'll find labels like this that allow us to hide in plain sight, which is what we do when we are emotionally unavailable. Recognizing emotions as well as being able to talk about your emotions is a perfectly healthy thing to do. Yes, there's overshare, and we always talk about that in SWAN Nation, and pretty much most of the talks that we have, we always tell the ladies that it's not healthy to overshare because you're unburdening on this person that you don't know. Whereas when you're in a relationship, it's okay to share with your partner, but we find that most of the time we are so withdrawn and we will cut off conversations because they start to get very uncomfortable. Gender also has a big part to play when it comes to emotions because we are conditioned differently. Growing up, if you're a man, you are not really allowed to express as much as you would be allowed to express as a woman. As a girl, we are allowed to cry, we're allowed to fall, and we're allowed to be sweet. We're allowed to be all those things that encourage us to learn our emotions. Where we sometimes become unavailable emotionally is when we are, especially in today's world. Look, I love being a positive feminist, but the negative side of femininity has meant that we have really gone so deep into our masculine energy, and we're not able to pull it back. We are constantly trying to hold back emotions, especially at work, because we are in the spaces that were built for masculinity. We're in spaces that were built for masculine energy, not necessarily being a man, but for masculine energy. So gender and our environments and community do play a very important role in how we express emotions. Now that we've kind of I've given you a foundation of what to look out for, there are so much more things to look out for. But honestly, if you are seeing any of these signs within yourself, definitely book a discovery call with one of our coaches, and we can talk you through your patterns and find the liberation of being emotionally available for the relationship of your dreams. Because sometimes it's not that the relationships are not there, it's just that we are not there. And how do we then get? So I will be right back just after this to go into the 10 ways in which you can improve your being emotionally available for the relationship of your
What are you looking for? What do you bring to the table? Here's my number, he says, on the dating app, and you have to figure out what you're going to do with that. What do you say when you really like him and want to be unforgettable on the app, at the party, in the moment? What do you say to set boundaries and standards in a high-value, sassy, sexy way and still be taken seriously? What if I told you that we have created a 20-page downloadable PDF full of black SWAN scripts with exactly what to say to him for the unforgettable woman, and it's available now? And if that wasn't enough, what if I told you that I'm giving away a free sample script version that you can use immediately for free? To get both the free version or full version, all you have to do is follow the link in my bio and become unforgettable.
Hi, and welcome back to today's video. Today I am talking about 10 ways in which you can become emotionally available for the relationship of your dreams. I did kind of lay a foundation as to what to look out for that will indicate that you are not emotionally available. Most of the time we go on dating apps and we think, oh, I'm so ready to date, I'm so ready for this, but only to find that we keep attracting men that are ghosting us and just not available for what we want. And like I said before, it's not that it's all you, but if you start to notice a pattern, it's definitely time for you to check yourself. So number 1, allow emotions to be a topic of conversation. Acknowledge emotions. Be okay with expressing emotions. Increase your vocabulary for emotions. Most of the time I find that in practice, when I ask the question, how do you feel about that, it's very hard for us to actually find language for it. And it's not your fault. It's only because we've never been taught the language that allows us to express emotions openly and fully. And sometimes we find that we don't have a full vocabulary for our emotions. Number 2 is interpersonal cognitive complexities, which is what I was talking about. Expand your vocabulary of emotional words. Learn more emotional words, which is the interpersonal cognitive complexities that help us really exist as human beings. It's complex in that we are complex creatures, and we have to recognize our own personal spaces within ourselves. Recognize that you need more vocabulary, you need more words to describe who you are, because you're not just a straightforward black and white, gray or in between person. You are a complex human being. So we need to recognize our interpersonal complexities and find words that suit what you are feeling in that moment, which is why we encourage you to journal. Number 3, focus bodily sensations within the body and learn to describe them. So whenever we do have conversations with you, we also do breath work as well, where we start to ask you, where exactly are you feeling the pain? The one thing that we have learned in practice is that pain in our body, our body holds pain in certain areas. When you're upset, you'll find that sometimes your chest is sore. When you can't really eloquently say what you want to say, you'll find that your throat is sore, or there's some discomfort, not necessarily pain, but there is a discomfort because our bodies hold onto the memory and the event of any traumas. So focus on bodily sensations and find out, have words for what they feel. A moment of transparency for me is that whenever I feel really upset, I have stomach issues. I tend to find that my stomach gets restless, or I may just, my stomach just gets unsettled whenever I'm really upset about something. And when I start to question that thing, it settles a little bit more. It may not be that extreme for you, but there's something, you might start to get headaches whenever you're thinking about something. You all find out what and where your body is holding that emotion hostage, and find words of how to explain it and learn how to do breath work to release it. Number 4, acknowledge to yourself and other people who you trust that you do have emotions. You have a rich inner emotional life. This is so funny because we try and bury that. We try and literally stuff down our emotions, like do not come out. We really try our best to rob ourselves of that inner emotional life. When you're in love, it comes from that space. So we need a place where you are able to share it with people you trust. We have the SWAN Nation group, where you have a group of a sorority, should I say, of amazing ladies who share their emotions and record videos, and it's a safe space for you to just be yourself. It's a judgment-free zone where you can just come and offload, and we'll be so there for you. Number 5 is show vulnerability, especially in your relationships. It involves getting in touch with your emotions within ourselves and others. I personally was a lone parent for a long time, and I found it hard to be emotionally present for my daughter because half the time I had to be the man, I had to be the woman, I had to be the provider, and I found myself very closed off. So it's only recently when I'm trying to open up a lot more with her, and so we can have conversations and tell myself I am present. We share some affirmations with you. If you haven't downloaded some of the self-love affirmations from our website, go ahead and do that. But some of them are just to tell yourself that you are available to feel emotion and not to run away from it. You don't have to do anything with it. It's just so that you can feel, right? Number 6 is find a safe person or place where you can express yourself. A coach can help you heal from your past and help you to let go. A coach can also help you rewire your subconscious beliefs and unlock the conditioning that has locked your self-love. And honestly, get a coach. If you can afford that, get a coach. Get help, get counseling, and get help with an emotional well-being coach if you can do that. We also do that here in the Black Swan Leadership Academy. If you find a coach that resonates with you, invest in yourself so that you can have that safe space where you are able to talk about these things in a more in-depth way. Ideally as well, get a coach who has a background in compassionate inquiry training, which is what our coaches do. We are constantly training so that we can be better for you. We train amongst ourselves and with each other. If you would like to know more about our work, check out our links in the description box and book a discovery session with myself or any one of the coaches that resonate with you. Number 7, learn to be empathic and and respond from a place of listening. I know sometimes we respond from a place where, okay, let's just get the solution, let's get this overdone. Just listen, learn to listen, especially with your children, your loved ones, and the people around you. Number 8, avoid problem solving and participate in the conversation. I know as a coach, sometimes I struggle because I want to just get to the solution. Let's just get to it. And that is a very masculine way of dealing with things. Sometimes it's okay to just sit with that discomfort with that person. Then it allows them and gives them a safe space in which to express. Number 9, address any addictions that you may have. It may not be things like drinking, smoking, or the usual typical ones, or drugs or drug abuse. It may be little things as sometimes OCD and over cleaning, or just being so particular about the way something has to be. It is really an addiction, and all it is just you trying to regulate your emotions. When we address addictions, it's not about the actual addiction itself. Personally, I used to be a smoker, and when I addressed the need for me to smoke, it really came down to me wanting to belong. Once I addressed that need to belong, it was then easy for me to quit smoking. It was so easy that it felt like it was just cold turkey. Once I found my voice and my space of belonging, my purpose, which is really here in the Black Swan Relationship Academy, it allowed me then to be able to have the conversations with people who saw me for who I really was. Because addictions, for me, the smoking came as a way to soothe me and numb me from my emotions or my emotional experience. And now I'm able to better express because I am within a safe space and a place where I'm now available for whatever would have caused that addiction in the same place. And the last one is address the pillars of physical health. Physical health is a big thing. To be emotionally available, you also need to be physically healthy. You need to address, because sometimes eating could have come as an addiction for you to avoid certain emotions that came, and food was that part that you used to soothe yourself. So once you address those things and addressing your physical health, sometimes avoiding going to the doctor is just a way of us avoiding feeling a certain way. So address those things. I really hope that this has had some impact on you today, and I hope you're going to have a look into your issues with emotional topics and emotional healing. And if you definitely found this helpful, let me know in the comments, and hopefully I'll see you on a discovery call. Do book a call with one of our coaches. But in the meantime, you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on another video.
Well done for coming to the end of this video. What I want to ask you is, what have you learned? What is your takeaway? And what are you going to start practicing right away? Those 3 things are how you are going to get the best out of every class here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. Please put it in the comments so that we can all have a look. So I can have a look, the coaches can have a look, and I promise you, we read every comment. We may not be able to reply to every comment, but we read all your comments, and we want to see how you are growing. And we will see you on the next video.